City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm being joined by none other than Get Troup Reading personality herself, Ms. Kim Myers. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alton. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, you know, Kim, it's a pleasure to sit down with you. You know, we were reminiscing a little bit back before we came on. And it's been a while.
It has been, but time flies.
It does, doesn't it?
It really seems like it seems like I was just here, but it was a couple years back.
It was, definitely. And you were here for a very good cause at that time, for a very outstanding young man that just came and blessed our community. And we want to thank you for having a Malcolm come to our community.
Malcolm Mitchell, that was great. He is a true advocate for the importance of reading and how it can transform a child's life.
That's right. And you know, his story within itself is a great testimony. And that's what we're here today to talk about, something that all kids and parents and everybody can get involved in.
Exactly.
But Kim, 32 years as an educator.
Yes.
And 20 of those years, I think, was media specialist.
Yes.
Is that why reading's so important to you?
Yes, it is. Reading's so important to me because my parents instilled that in me. Mm-hmm. Reading was just something we did in our home. I was very blessed to have parents that valued reading and, you know, made sure that my brother and I read, and I just loved reading. And I was the little girl that went and worked in the library when everybody went out to PE or to recess. And so, yes, I think that my passion for reading certainly led to my years in education and as a media specialist.
That's right. And it's transformed over into your adult life, and you're still doing it today.
Yes, that's right.
And let's say you do a great job. Get Troup Reading.
Yes.
Get Troup Reading. That involves everybody.
Oh,
when you say Troup, talk a little bit about that for us.
It involves everyone. Get Troup Reading is an initiative that has been in our community for going on, it's over 10 years now. I've been a part of Get Troup Reading. This will be my 5th year starting in June. But we have a state initiative, Get Georgia Reading, and so Get Troup Reading is our local branch of the Get Georgia Reading initiative. Okay. And Get Georgia Reading is part of a national initiative, which is the campaign for reading on grade level by 3rd grade. And so it's a grassroots effort to bring community members, organizations to partner with the school system, to partner with parents, to partner with nonprofits, our faith-based community, our corporate community, to really emphasize the importance of reading and making sure that our littlest ones from birth to 5 are getting the resources and the support they need so when they start kindergarten, they're ready to learn to read.
Yeah. You said reading on grade level.
Very
so important. And I know that you, as an avid reader, media specialist, you've seen, I'm sure, so many times how when they're not, how much harder they have to work to catch up, correct?
Makes it so much harder. If students aren't reading on grade level by 3rd grade, I mean, it just increases their chance of not finishing high school, of being unemployed, of being homeless. I mean, the statistics are really depressing when you look at them, but it's true. We've got to invest on the front end. It's much easier to help them when they're young and when those brain connections are starting to form. So much of it is brain development and language development. And that could be a whole nother show, Alton, that we talk about.
I'm about to say, that's a whole nother.
Language in our homes is going away, you know, communicating, talking with each other. Children just hearing words and being spoken to. You know, I'm not going to blame technology on that because technology has certainly given us such great advances. But the world we're in now, we're missing a lot of that face-to-face. And you think about that as an adult, the face-to-face. Imagine as a baby, an infant.
Absolutely.
A toddler.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we're here today, we're going to correct that.
Talking about something fun.
Talking about fun and talking about getting everybody involved. And what better person to get involved but the mayor of LaGrange?
That's right, our own mayor, Jim Arrington.
Yeah.
He jumped on board with this, and we're really excited.
Well, great. You know, and I know that there's going to be some opportunities coming up. Where he's going to be out himself reading to the kids.
That's right.
Talk a little bit about
Let me tell you a little about it. This year will be, we're going to have the Mayor's Reading Club. It's going to start this summer, and Mayor Arrington has 4 dates planned throughout the community. We have an event coming up in May, June, July, and August. He'll be out in the community, and he will be sharing a different book at each community-wide event. These are family events. We want the whole family to come out.
Okay.
Mayor Arrington is going to read the selected book to the people that are there, and then he's going to talk with the parents. We're going to have some resources for parents to understand the importance of that early brain development, to understand how important it is to read, and not just read the book with your child, but talk about the book. Give parents some teaching guides to go along with the book. I like to call them reading guides. The books that we're actually going to be featuring, the first book is going to be The Couch Potato.
Couch Potato.
This is going to be at the event on May 15th downtown. It's going to be the Summer Bash end of school celebration that the city is putting on. It'll be 5:30 to 7:30. All of this information can be found on the City of LaGrange website. There's a special link. And the first book that we're going to highlight is called The Couch Potato, because we want kids to get out this summer and not sit on the couch. We want them to be active, get out there, enjoy all the great things that LaGrange has to offer. With each book, there's a reading guide. This is actually an example of one of the reading guides that will give parents ideas about how to focus on vocabulary, how to focus on comprehension, how to talk with their kids about the book, and make it a book that they read over and over again. And these books these are picture books, but picture books are for everybody.
That's right.
We purposely selected these books because all ages enjoy these books. So it's fun for the whole family. And I really want to emphasize that we want the family to be there at each one of these events, because they're going to find valuable information and really help be able to fight that summer slide that is a real thing. Children lose learning over the summer when they're out of school. So this is a fun way just to make sure that we're still focusing on those reading skills over the summer.
Very good. And you check those summer months, May, June, and July. Right?
Yes, exactly. And let me tell you about in May, in June 5th, the mayor's going to be at the Griggs Center from 4 to 6 o'clock, featuring the book, The Cool Bean.
The Cool Bean.
Because, at the Griggs Center, we can cool off at the wonderful swimming pool.
That's right.
July 10th, this is going to be fun. It's really hot in July, so the mayor's going to be at the movie theater downtown.
Okay.
And he's going to treat the first 100 children and parents to a free movie, popcorn, Coke. And the featured book at that event will be The Sour Grape.
Wow. Okay.
And he'll, the events will run at the beginning of the event. He'll read the book aloud, talk with the parents, talk with the kids. We'll share the teacher resources, and then the activities will follow after.
Okay. Very good.
And then the final event is the Back to School Bash, which the city does so well, Friday, August 1st from 6 to 10:30. It'll be downtown on the square, and that featured book is The Smart Cookie, because we will be going back to school.
That's right.
And after reading all these books, everybody's going to be a smart cookie come August.
There you go. Appropriately books for the various months throughout, because in the month of July, you don't get out of that sun, you can turn south.
That's right. So we thought, the Griggs Center, they're opening up their doors to us over there. It's going to be a great time. And, we're trying to make the events are at different times. They're not all, we've got some evening events, some morning events, afternoon events, to hope to give parents a different variety, I know with schedules and things like that.
That's right. How can other people get involved, Kim? I know the Get Troup Reading is going to be involved, the mayor's going to be involved, but how can others, and parents, we want the parents to be involved. How can other people get involved?
Well, bringing their kids out or their grandchildren or their neighbors. Participating in this. Get Troup Reading, we do have a website where if people want to volunteer with our different events, they can go and sign up. We have the Story Walk, where we have volunteers that help change out and keep the Story Walk, which is out at Harris Fields. Gail Gordon with Success by Six, one of our partners. She organizes readers to go out into the community at child care centers and read to the children in the child care centers. That's a great opportunity. We also have the Book Stop, which Gail Gordon with Success by Six and the United Way are in charge of the Book Stop. It's a community I hate to use warehouse, but it's a huge part of the building at the Bank of America building downtown, where it's a collection of all of our donated, gently used, and new books. Those books are donated, and then they go right back out into the community.
Yeah.
And Gail always needs help with people inventorying those books, going through, unpacking those books. So those are some ways to get involved.
Very good. And we talk about reading and building vocabulary. I think those synonyms hand in hand is so important.
Yes.
I think back to my child days, I didn't like reading that much, but how important it is as you get older.
Yes.
And talking about, all the various partners that you have, Gail, and all the others there, we don't want to leave out one of your corporate sponsors as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The Mayor's Reading Club would not happen this summer if it weren't for the LaGrange Rotary Club.
Okay.
The LaGrange Rotary Club, one of their missions is literacy. Literacy is a big part of what they raise money for, what they work towards. They have a lot of great programs. And this year, Connie Hensler, who's the president of Rotary this year, approached me about, they always have their 5K, their race, that they raise money for literacy. And this year they really liked the idea of this Mayor's Reading Club and how it could reach all the children in our community. We hope this is going to be the first year, and this will grow into, possibly could be year-round, but certainly want to do it each summer. And so Rotary was wonderful in donating funds and being the corporate sponsor, so that the children that come to these events are going to walk away with a free book, the activity guide, and they're going to have a lot of fun with, we're going to have Kona Ice at these events. We're going to have some free giveaways at these events. A lot of fun. Yeah. So thank you very much to the LaGrange Rotary Club.
Well, thank you so much too, Kim, for coming on and sharing this information, because it's so vitally important.
Yes.
With all the things taking place, reading is one of the things you can take yourself out of your environment and travel the world just by reading a lot of times.
That's right.
So, and once you open up that mind and open up your ideas to other possibilities, you may want to act on them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's what we want. We want our kids to, have a great summer, have a great summer reading, have a great summer being with family, and, keeping those brains sharp, so when they go back to school in August, our teachers can do what they need to do.
Absolutely. Well, Kim, I want to say thank you so very much for coming on and sharing this information. And definitely, we want to have you come back on and talk some more about those cognitive skills.
Yes,
all right?
Exactly. I'd love to. Thank you so much, Alton.
Thank you, Kim. All right.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week. My guests have been from Get Troup Reading. I had on Kim Myers, who talked about the upcoming Mayor Jim Arrington Mayor's Reading Club and Get Troup Reading with the Rotary Club of LaGrange, as they will be hosting over the summer 4 reading opportunities for your youth to get involved with. And don't forget, on July the 10th, the first 100 to sign up, you definitely have to sign up and register. The first 100 will get an opportunity to get a chance to see a free movie at the AMC Theater. So ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure that we all get involved with Get Troup Reading and help our young ones have a very bright and successful summer. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining for City Week this week. And as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.